Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're talking about Rohit Sharma, a guy who literally built a dynasty for the Mumbai Indians and then, at the peak of his powers, got replaced. We've got to break this down. I mean, seriously, it's the question that's been on every cricket fan's mind, right? How on earth does a captain with 5 championship titles get replaced? But that's exactly what happened. In late 2023, after a whole decade of just incredible success, Rohit Sharma was out as captain. So the franchise called it future-proofing, a move for the long term. But for so many fans, it felt like, well, a straight-up betrayal. To really get why this was such a huge deal, we've got to go back, way back to the beginning. All right, Section 1, the genesis. Now, before he was Mr. Mumbai Indians, you might forget that Rohit Sharma actually kicked off his whole IPL journey with a completely different team, the Deccan Chargers. So he was this young, prodigious talent, a huge price tag on his head, and he was absolutely key to the Chargers' amazing championship win back in 2009. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just his batting that got people talking. His most stunning moment actually came with the ball. Yeah, you heard that right. A hat trick. And get this, it was against the Mumbai Indians, the very team he'd go on to lead to glory. I mean, he took out big names like J.P. Duminy. It just showed right from the get-go, this guy had that big match temperament and was more than just a batsman. Okay, so after the 2010 season, the entire game changed. A mega auction was on the horizon, and Mumbai Indians, well, they were about to make a move that would literally define their entire franchise for the next 10 years. $2 million. That's what Mumbai Indians paid to get him, after a crazy bidding war. It was just a massive statement, right? They were basically saying, this guy is our future. He's the cornerstone we're building this team around. So fast forward to 2013. The team's not doing so hot, just 6 games in. And then, in this absolutely incredible move, the captain, the legend Ricky Ponting himself, steps down. He hands the leadership over to a, by all accounts, very surprised Rohit Sharma. And that single decision, it changed everything for the IPL. And you can hear it in his own words. He called it a huge honor. I mean, can you imagine? Suddenly you're leading a team with guys like Sachin Tendulkar and Harbhajan Singh in it. That's some serious pressure. But Rohit didn't just handle it. He thrived on it, and he made his mark right away. And what came next? Well, it was just pure dominance for an entire decade. With Rohit at the helm, the Mumbai Indians didn't just get good, they became the powerhouse of the league, the team everyone feared. I mean, just look at the record. The numbers don't lie. 5, count 'em, 5 IPL titles. That ties him for the most successful captain in the history of the league. And check this out. In 2017 and 2019, they won those finals by a single run. A single run. Talk about having ice in your veins. And this quote right here, it gives you a perfect look inside his head and probably the most stressful moment possible. We're talking the final ball of the 2019 final. Instead of going with a gut feeling, what does he do? He trusts experience. He backs his veteran bowler, Lasith Malinga, to deliver. And man, did it pay off. So you have to ask, what was his secret sauce? How did he pull this off year after year? It definitely wasn't just luck. It was this really unique mix of being super calm under pressure, but also doing tons of meticulous prep work behind the scenes. See, his captaincy style wasn't about yelling and screaming or big theatrics on the field. It was all about this quiet confidence, having a clear strategy and just this deep, unwavering trust in his players. He built a culture, a system where being excellent wasn't the goal, it was just the standard. And this is so important to understanding how he operated. He wasn't some old-school captain. He completely embraced the data, the analytics. He'd work with the analysts to make sure he wasn't just going in with a plan A, but also a plan B and probably a plan C. It was all about preparation. Everyone loves to compare him to MS Dhoni, his big rival, also 5-time champ, but honestly, their styles are like night and day. Dhoni was the ultimate instinct player, a master of chaos, right? Rohit, he was the architect. He was building a blueprint, a system that could win over and over and over again. Which brings us right back to where we started. The captain's armband has been passed on. But that doesn't mean Rohit Sharma's chapter in the Mumbai Indians story is over. Not by a long shot. So, in this new phase, he's kind of shifted gears. He's stepped into that mentor role, the senior statesman in the locker room. He's there to offer advice and be a calm presence for the new skipper, Hardik Pandya. It's less about being the general on the field and more about being the soul of the team.
And really, that leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? What makes a true leader's legacy? Is it just about the trophies in the cabinet, or is it about building a dynasty, a culture of winning that can outlast you? Rohit Sharma's journey seems to suggest it's the latter. It's about creating something that's built to last.